the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Boston Celtics as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks. Well, for the Mavericks, they haven't yet found their groove. They're still trying to make adjustments to try and change the momentum here early in the season. Each game out right now, as their coaches reiterated, is another invaluable opportunity to refine their approach and make improvements. And with a little bit of time here before tip-off, I'll kick off a topic. Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making sure you contest every single shot.
And your anchor has to be a great communicator. He has to talk, help his teammates, make those extra plays like, hey, move, slide your feet, Ernie, pass the ball, give it back to Kenny, hey, watch out, he's cutting through.
He got me moving. You got me moving.
Communication's the big key, Ernie.
You see, he was the anchor, and I started
moving.
moving.
Hands up, Kenny, slide down, yeah, rotate, oh, yeah, get the three.
See? Yeah. As soon as he started talking, I just went. It just, man.
Two great defenders right there. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Welcome to this Sunday afternoon edition of the NBA here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We have an interconference showdown here in Boston where the Celtics will square off. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season. They lost both of the matchups in this interconference battle a season ago. They'd like to change that now.
And this is a matchup that can frustrate them as they came up empty in their 2 games against them last year.
Guys, you wouldn't expect this year's series to go that way, but after last year, you never know.
Barea is checked in for Kevin Serafin. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. On the court for the Mavericks, J.J. Barea is out there with Williams. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Parsons in at the 4 spot. Now here's Bradley. An 11-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee.
Yeah, listen to the fans giving it to him right now. He is not a crowd favorite tonight.
Yeah, you know, he stirred him up a little bit with some of the things he said, some of the negative comments he's made, so no surprise there.
Shots good by Lee.
And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Dallas is gone, just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Williams attacking. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
All right, a moment here to check out stats for Chandler Parsons. Good season for him last year. He averaged about 19 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And, guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And, fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Anderson comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Harris subbed in for Williams. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. A chance now to go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with Rick Carlisle.
He said one of the key points for them defensively will be limiting the production of David Lee, adding, he's a guy who can score inside and out, plays with great energy, and his passing really opens up their whole offense. We've got to keep him off the glass and always see ball and man when he's got it. Basketball 101, Kevin. We'll see if they can execute.
Thanks, Doris. And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Mavericks?
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
And also, they're jumping on a lot of turnovers, making sure they turn them into points at the other end.
Mavericks leading by 3. And here's Barea. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Freak kicks to Olynyk. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that. Boston shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Really, guys, it's just come together for them at the charity stripe this season. I mean, the confidence is there, and so too are the results.
Smart's checked in for Crowder. And Dallas with a change here, too. Caldwell Pope's checked in. And so Olynyk nails both of them. The Mavericks leading. Harris outside. He dishes it to Anderson. Looks for Nowitzki, gets it to him. And Boston with the rebound. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
They just weren't challenged. I mean, nearly as much as they should have been in that game, at least when they had the ball.
Yeah, it was a mismatch. I mean, the defense from the start was on its heels practically the entire game.
Here's Harris after the made shot by David Lee. Caldwell Pope kicks to Nowitzki. Shot's good. Nowitzki's got 6 points. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Freak. Kept alive by Boston. Launches it. And the basket good. Freak's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And Freak's agent in attendance at the game today, Dom Pagnotti, the famous Dom Pagnotti. You might hear stories positive and negative about him, but he has a lot of big-name clients, that's for sure, Clark.
Yep, and Freak is one name in a long list for Pagnotti. Some question his motives and how he gets deals done, but that's not for you and I to debate.
No.
You certainly can't argue with his results.
Well, you know him well. You call him DP. I just call him Dom. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. The Mavericks on top. They lead by 3. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. We talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time, and as tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he Pope and Barea subbed in for Darren Williams. Dallas leading by 5. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Anderson is out there with Chandler Parsons. Then there's Nowitzki. Then it's Devin Harris. And it's Barea in at the 1. Jacks up a 3. Rebound Boston.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Olynyk kicks to Thomas. Lee passes the Freak. Now the dish to Thomas. Lee, a screen on Harris. Shot clock at 5. Thomas kicks to Lee. The 15-footer. It's hauled in by Harris.
The defense needs to play tight on him, and that's exactly what they did to force that miss. Well done.
Inside, it's tipped. Nowitzki outside, uncovered. Good, and Harris gets the assist. 8 points for Nowitzki.
Comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight, a real nice lift for their offense.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks put on a show. He dropped in 15 points, and he made them pay for their fouls, putting up a good amount of his totals from the line. A nice showing for him in what has been a rough start to the season for his team.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GM?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
The three from Anderson. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Here's Freak. No good.
You know, they did a good job in the first quarter getting themselves to the line, but here in the second, they've gone away from it.
Yeah, everything's been perimeter-oriented, and you have to be hitting shots to play that way.
Good.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And you hear so often about work ethic of players, but Freak has put his money where his mouth is. He built a private gym at his house so he can put time in on the court, Clark, whenever he wants to.
Yeah, that's a good step, and Freak is well known to be a workout. Well, freak is probably the best way to say it, so that shouldn't come as any surprise.
Fires from 18. That one's good. Maybe that'll get him going after a 2-for-6 start. Now Barea. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And Parsons gets it to go. Here's Thomas. Here's Freak. No good on that last second attempt there. And the first half is now in the books. Mavericks lead by 9.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here.
And the second half about to start here in just a few moments.
You know,
Twice checked in for the Celtics. Freak comes in for Thomas. Contavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Dallas. Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Smart is out there with Freak, and it's Crowder in at the 3. That's the Boston 5. And he gets it to go.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Outside Williams. There's the pick. Kicks it to Matthews. Pass to Parsons. Here's Seraphin. And he banks in the layup. Seraphin's got 4 this quarter.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
Mavericks leading by 7. Williams dishes to Caldwell-Pope. They double him with Freak. It's Williams with the drive. That's good. Williams has got 14.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Freak kicks to Sullinger. 1:46 left to play in the third. And it's Freak missing. The Mavericks have gone 6 of 14 since halftime. A little cold from the field. Now here's Williams. Tight defense on him. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Shot clock at 6. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Mavericks.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets. And there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Harris has checked in for Caldwell-Pope. And Barea subbed in for Williams. Now here's Freak, guarded by Barea. Pass to Lee. Parsons with some nice D. So for Dallas, their last game a loss to the Raptors.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
Yeah, and you can see their frustration growing and growing as they continue to come up empty on their possessions. By the end, they were just happy to watch the clock wind down and move on.
Seraphin.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Here's Peterson. Good on the three-point shot.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
Correa, the pass to Harris. They set the pick. Right side Matthews to the inside. Misses, and he wants that one back.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
Boy, and that is a bunch of rebounds for a player who's not the biggest guy out there.
Cannot hit. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. And it's Matthews in for Harris. Celtics trail by 8 on the floor for Dallas. Matthews out there with J.J. Barea. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. And it's Nowitzki in at the 5 spot. From deep. And Caldwell-Pope gets the basket. Caldwell-Pope's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Mavs. Now here's Freak, guarded by Barea. Here's Freak. Boston again missing.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
And here's Anderson from the arc. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Barea's got 6 assists now in the game. For Boston, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Here's Freak. And that's collected by Nowitzki.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Mavericks.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost him, but Clark, they really kept the ball under control.
I thought they were both focused and relentless, Kevin.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And when you play a team twice like these two will this season, always nice to win the first one as they'll go up 1-0 in the season series against the Celtics.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Wesley Matthews. You look at the energy he brought on both ends of the floor, and it's easy to see why he was a difference maker.
Shot's good for Seraphin.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Barea. Clock at 4 to stop the run. Good. We've got 13 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Substitution on the court.
Five seconds left to play in the final quarter. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the...
Ugly.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Wesley Matthews.
Ernie, instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
I think he came tonight with a specific intention, not to be outworked by anyone. He owned the glass and got great position time and time again. I just loved his energy.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports group, This is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Boston Celtics going up against the Washington Wizards. Washington comes into this one following a loss to Utah. A crushing defeat in that one. Still with a sour taste in their mouths, they're looking to play much better. And with some time here to spare, let's talk leadership in the NBA. Kenny, who would you say are the best leaders on the floor in the league?
Wow. Well, obviously, the great Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs with his leadership with Greg Popovich. They're the top of the list. You know, I also like Kevin Durant. You know, Kevin Durant's leadership is probably unparalleled or underrated, I would say.
On the road, looking for a win against an Eastern Conference rival. The Washington Wizards are ready for this thing to get started. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke reporting from the sidelines.
And how do you think he feels right now hearing this from the home crowd? I mean, this is about as bad as it gets.
Yeah, it's not good, and I'm not sure how he feels. I've never experienced that in my playing days, thankfully. But he has to realize and probably knew this might happen, particularly with the way he's been acting.
Taking a look at the Wizards. They've got Gary Neal, Sessions out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's John Lure, and it's Carlson in at the 5 down low. Wizards trail by 8. Sessions passes to Carlson. And here's Neal outside. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Here's Freak. No good.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Here's the screen. And Neal kicks to Beal. Just 5 to shoot. Neal's shot is off.
Good pick, but he just couldn't make it count.
Yeah, nice job of setting the screen by his teammate there, and I'm sure he appreciated it.
The feed to Freak. Picked by Lee. Freak kicks to Lee. To the left wing. The 19-foot shot, and Freak gets it to go on the assist from Smart. Freak's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Neal. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Feeds to Smart. Lets it go from deep. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And a huge lead here early to start.
Well, you know, right from the tip, there's not anything they haven't done well so far.
To the wing on the left. No one near Sessions as he lets it fly. And that one comes up a bit short. From deep three-point range, and that's not going to go. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's the Celtics up by 10. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And an exciting young backcourt in Washington with John Wall and Bradley Beal. Wall said that Beal is known for his appetite.
When we go out to eat, he gets like 2 meals. You know, like some people eat 1 meal and the second meal you get to go home. He really finishes 2 meals at one time, and it'd be like, there's no way you about to eat that. So he likes to eat a lot, and he does a great job finishing it.
Do you think John Wall's hungry for a championship in D.C.?
Yeah, I would certainly think. Well, not really. I've seen that dude eat exactly the way John described it. And it is an unbelievable sight to behold. You literally cannot comprehend how anybody could scarf up that much food and still hoop.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes. And early on, they've been able to do that here in the first.
And, guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for the Celtics, Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Bradley is out there with Freak, and it's Crowder in at the 3 slot. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks did not have a great showing. He ended with 7 points, and he also was creating for others by getting the ball in a position to score it. A lot of players right now still getting going in this.
Wizards trail by 9. Wall dishes to Neal. Now here's Beal. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah.
Yeah, but I also thought the rebounding was impressive. He got some huge boards in that game.
Wall wide open. And again, Washington no good.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And that's a good place to start if you're going to try to find your way back into this game. Get to work on the glass.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Carlson, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Celtics leading by 7. Out to the wing. Now here's Freak, covered by Wall. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. For Boston, they have started out 0 of 1 from the line, missing their only other attempt earlier.
Will be at the line shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good from Freak.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Wall passes to Neal. There's 47 seconds left in the first half. It's Wall with the drive. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Well, it was the Boston Celtics, their last game, a loss to Dallas.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. They set the pick. Goes up. Oh!
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. Freak kicks to Olynyk. It's blocked. 1 second left. So we've reached the end.
Well, guys, I'm here with Bradley Beal. And Bradley, we've heard Coach stress the importance of rebounding. Is that going to have to be...
Okay, fellas, nice job sticking to the plan in the first half. Now let's widen the gap and get these fans even more fired up. Firstly, our offensive output in the paint was really encouraging. But that being said, let's make sure we don't get too one-dimensional in the second half. I want us getting points from the inside and out. A big positive for us has been our shot blocking. Very strong defense around the bucket. Way to protect that rim. Okay, one more thing. A smooth flow to the second half is just what we're looking for. Let's keep things moving, but not at some kind of breakneck pace. That's all, and that should be enough. We're in a good spot. There's a W waiting for us out there. So let's go out there and get it.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
Take a look at what John Wall's done. He's got 8 points and also a block shot.
Wizards trail by 5. Taking a look at the Wizards. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Gary Neal is out there with John Lure. And it's Carlson in at the 5 spot. And Lure gets it to go.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
Boston's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. To the left wing. Here's Smart. Buries it down low. Smart's got his second bucket of the night. The Wizards shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. And Wall kicks to Neal. Dishes it to Beal. There's a good screen. Outside, Wall. 6 on the shot clock. And a missed layup.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's cost him.
Boston leading by 5. Lee dishes to Freak. Smart kicks to Freak. No good with the triple. The Wizards shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. Outside, Wall. And Beal kicks to Wall. It's Beal on the wing. To the paint. Can't cash in from close range.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way. It's going to be on John Wall. Zeller, who's checked in for Olynyk. And the Wizards making a change here as well. Nene, he's checked in for John Lewis. For Boston, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line. Wizards trail by 8. And here's Wall. 8 points for him. Nene, the screen. 2 on the clock. And it's laid in by Wall. Wall's got 10 points in the game. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. It's the Celtics. They're up by 6. And we're coming right back after this. We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. They're going to switch here. Freaks checked in. Bradley Beal's checked in for the Wizards. Sullinger and Zeller are the duo down low. Freak is out there with Avery Bradley. And it's Crowder in at the 3. That's the Boston 5.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Freak passes to Bradley. He kicks it to Freak. The rebound by Gortat.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end.
And the foul called on Freak. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And it's good.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range, so I'd have to agree with you, partner.
Bradley drives in. Here's Sullinger.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the defense.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
At the line for the Celtics, Jared Sullinger.
That free throw good from Sullinger. The free throw is good from Sullinger.
This is a positive trend for him, especially here in the second half. Shooting just above 80% right now. And that's more than respectable. That's good free throw shooting.
Sullinger against Nene. Left side Wall. Just 5 to shoot. The 11-footer. Again, the miss by Wall. The Celtics with the lead. Outside Bradley. Passes it to Zeller. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Wall, that's good.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
Bradley dishes to Sullinger. Pass to Freak. And Sullinger kicks to Bradley. There's Freak. Can't hit. Wall with some nice D.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Gortat misses.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Here's Freak. Rejected by Wall. Here's Beal. Kicks the Wall. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Wall's got the game tied up here for the Wizards. So for Washington, their last game a loss to the Utah Jazz. And he banks in the layup. That's now 8 points for Freak.
He's had an off game thus far, but his team has been able to pick up the slack. and find a way to get it done here.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, over the break, I listened in on what the head coach for the Wizards was getting across in their huddle. He told his guys, listen, we've got to make the most of every opportunity right now. We can win this game, but it's all about making every single possession count. Guys, we'll see if they can come back.
Thank you, Doris. And no good as the first free throw, missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. He's able to hit the second one, and that narrows the gap to 1. The Celtics have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Now here's Crowder. He's covered closely. Here's Zeller. Buries it.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
And Wall. Here we go now. From 13. Cannot hit.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
Peterson buries it.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Beal. 9 feet out. Connects. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
That's a huge shot.
And that put a hush over the crowd.
Wow, I mean, took these fans out of the game in the blink of an eye.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. The Wizards making a switch here. Wheels checked in. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
You had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what, Greg? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late-game free throws are a lot different than early-game free throws in terms of making them.
Gets the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
And thanks to his good work at the line there, now we have a 2-possession ball game.
If we can't get the ball in, we have another timeout. Use it if you need it.
From past the arc, Sullinger with the rebound. And so they foul intentionally.
That's his second personal foul. Shooting for Boston. 3! Will be at the line shooting 2.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
To the left wing, and here's Dudley for 3. Trifecta! Freak with it. There's the triple. Can't connect. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds, Clark.
You know what? They showed their character in crunch time, though, doing what had to be done to send these fans home happy.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Avery Bradley. He's not always known to make the big headlines or get a lot of media attention, but he does make the big plays, and he made them throughout this one. Shaq, what'd you think?
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
This was a complete performance we witnessed here tonight, Ernie. Hey, Shaq, check this out. On offense and defense, don't you think he led his team better than anyone we've seen in a long time?
Yeah.
He's got to be worn down because all that effort on every possession, it'll tire you out.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.
On some chill, we go 0-2.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Milwaukee Bucks playing against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Checking out Cleveland, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. Well, the Bucks had teased it during the playoffs, and finally, it's been revealed. So what do you think, Shaq, about the Bucks' new logo?
Well, it's a sexy transition from red to gold. You know, it's pretty cool. The secondary logo, and I know this for a fact, it incorporates the state of Milwaukee. I know this, Ernie, because you're from the mean streets of Milwaukee.
I am but it's a city of Milwaukee, not the state of Milwaukee. The state of Wisconsin.
No, it's the same thing, Ernie. You know what I'm talking about.
I did grow up on the mean streets of Milwaukee. Yeah, I did.
That deer kind of looks menacing now instead of like from a children's book, so I'm a little nervous, man.
So it doesn't look like a deer in the headlights.
It doesn't look like a deer in the headlight. I don't know if the 10 years and under are going to like this new deer, but everyone 10 years over are going to love it.
That's the Bucks.
Oh,
you know,
I thought
fear
it was
the deer.
antelope.
Fear the deer. You know,
it was an antelope.
It's antelope.
The Milwaukee Antelopes?
Antelope, deer, moose, same thing. They all got tentacles or whatever you call it.
Tentacles? No, they don't have tentacles either.
Antlers.
Oh, antlers,
yeah.
You know what? You are totally dialed in on the whole Milwaukee franchise.
I don't watch the Animal Channel that much.
I see that.
Obviously.
No question.
Here's Kevin Harlan, who's got the call.
Tentacles.
The crowd is assembled at BMO Harris Bradley Center looking for a Bucks victory here in Milwaukee. And we've got it right here for you on 2K Sports. Cleveland is working their way through a road trip going into today's game. So Cleveland will get the first possession. And for Smith. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the forward position. Freak is out there with Irving, and it's Thompson in at the 5, roaming the paint. Down low, here's Vaughn, and a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Freak. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense trying to pressure him, he did a good job of getting them to overcommit and getting himself to the line.
Vaughn, the pass to Sanders. 1:57 left in the first. Ennis with the ball. Working on James. Ennis misses. The Cavaliers leading. James kicks to Freak. Wide open look. Count the bucket.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
1:36 left to play in the first quarter. We'll go to Dorisburg, who spoke with head coach Jason Kidd. Doris, what's the news there?
I asked him if there was an X factor in this game, a player they couldn't forget about, and he said it would have to be Tristan Thompson, the power forward out of Texas. He said Thompson is still developing from a skill standpoint, but his motor is really off the charts. You always have to find him and get a body on him when the shot goes up because the guy never takes a play off. Guys, they've been forewarned. We'll see if they take it to heart.
Thanks again, Doris. Ennis kicks to Sanders. To the inside. Vaughn gets the bucket. Vaughn's got his second bucket of the night.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
Now here's Freak. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Here's Antetokounmpo, trailing by 2. They double him with Freak. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession. Plumlee, he's checked in for Scott. Shumpert is checked in for Cleveland. McCollum comes in for Irving. And the Cavaliers with possession here. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and And on occasions, which was the case for them, it's the play of your opponent that allows you to escape with wins.
Well, you're right. I mean, there were a lot of turnovers in that game, some caused by their good defensive play, but some were just carelessness.
Here's Ennis. 11 points for him in that last game against Chicago.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Tie game in Milwaukee. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Had a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and collected throughout the ups and downs of the NBA season.
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him. Nothing rattles him.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And for the Bucks guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
We've got Miles Plumlee. Ennis out there with Vaughn. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Monroe in at the 4 slot. So that's who Milwaukee starts the second with. And here's McCollum. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Ennis with the ball. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Screen by Monroe. Middleton for 3. Thompson with the rebound.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
And Shumpert kicks to Freak. To the middle. Stolen by Middleton. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Monroe drops it in from 11 feet. Monroe's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. The Cavaliers have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
And they've been mediocre all season long, just about 72% from the line.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
And that one misses. A different look for Milwaukee. Henson's checked in for Miles Plumlee. And Mike Scott subbed in for Vaughn. And then for Cleveland, Love's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Smith comes in for Shumpert. And Irving subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hornets did some really solid work on the floor. He picked up 12 points, and it seemed every trip down he would end up at the line. A lot of free throws for him. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker. How can you stop that? With a crossover that quick, that lightning quick, a defender has to be almost superhuman to stay in front of that.
Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Scott dishes to Monroe. There's the feed to Middleton. Takes a big high bounce and goes in. Middleton's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for Milwaukee.
And now your Milwaukee Bucks dancers.
Milwaukee making a switch. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Cleveland also making some changes. James comes in for Mozgov. That'll do it for the first half. Bucks lead by 13. And we'll get going after this from the BMO Harris Bradley Center.
And now your
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so fun. Checked in for Milwaukee. And a switch here also for Cleveland. Freaks checked in for Kyrie Irving. So on the floor for Cleveland, J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. And it's Freak in at the point guard. In the corner, Smith with it. Mozgov sets a screen for Smith. Here's Freak. Milwaukee with the rebound. Henson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the foul called on Freak. That'll be his second foul of the game. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. And Henson kicks to Monroe. Pulls it from the elbow. Cavaliers with the rebound.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
Bucks leading by 14. Vaughn, the pass to Henson. They double him with Freak. Monroe dishes to Middleton. Banked in off the glass. Middleton's got 7 points for the quarter.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
James against Antetokounmpo.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Middleton. Getting around 12 points a game, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle, does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
All right, now, take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw drops for James.
It's been a solid outing for LeBron. He's got 11 points, and he's managed to get 4 of his points by way of the free throw line.
And Clark, that might not make the highlight reel, but those are important points nonetheless.
Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Miles Plumlee's checked in for Henson. Sanders comes in for Greg Monroe. And it's Tyler Ennis in for Vaughn. Screen by Sanders. In the corner, Middleton with it. Another miss by Middleton.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And it's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession.
Risky pass in a situation like that. Very lucky that wasn't a steal.
Fortunate to get it through. I thought he was headed the other way with that one.
And the Bucks making a change here. Scott's checked in. C.J. McCollum, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. The screen from Thompson. 5 to shoot. And there's the 3-second violation.
You can't afford to be playing that loose right now.
Definitely not. I mean, things have to be tight. You want to be playing smart, high-level basketball. You don't want to be brain fading right now.
Ennis kicks to Middleton. There's a screen. It's Scott on the wing. Here's Sanders. Up and in on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 16.
Well, I tell you what, I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders. They're not getting the job done.
That's a great point. 10 of the last 12 points they've allowed have come at the rim.
That is good.
Let's get some stops.
1:33 left in the third. Sanders sets the screen for Ennis. Dishes to Middleton, all alone. Another miss by Middleton.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
McCollum with the ball, now guarded by Ennis, and stolen by Scott. And the foul called on Freak. And that'll be his third foul so far. For the Cavaliers, Matthew Dellavedova comes in for C.J. McCollum. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Freak.
Kyrie Irving.
Different look from Milwaukee. John Henson's checked in for Scott. Monroe comes in for Chris Middleton. And Antetokounmpo subbed in for Ennis. Cleveland also making some changes. Mozgov, he's checked in for Tristan Thompson. Love comes in for Shumpert. And Freak subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. And so here's Cleveland. We've got Sanders. Plumlee out there with John Henson. Then there's Monroe. And it's Antetokounmpo in at the point. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
Irving kicks to James. Irving attacking, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. Tyler Ennis comes in for Sanders. And Cleveland also making a change. Smith is checked in. The shot no good. Now the Bucks take it the other way. Ennis with the ball. Now defended by Freak. Henson sets a screen for Ennis. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on LeBron James. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Bucks.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
You know, one other area they're doing well in is steals. I mean, they've knocked the ball loose a number of times and been able to track it down after the fact.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Plumlee is checked in for Monroe. And it's Vaughn in for Chris Middleton. Then for the Cavaliers, Thompson, he's checked in for Love. Shumpert comes in for LeBron. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Smith. Clock at 6. Freak kicks to Thompson. 11 feet out, and he hits it.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bucks.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
Hard to say now how the final 2 games between them will play out, Greg, but one thing's certain. I mean, they're going to go at each other. This has become a very intense matchup.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Antetokounmpo. He came out and let everyone know that points would be hard to come by with the way he swatted away shots and protected the rim.
Shot from free throw range. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Inside, here's Shumpert. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
2 shots. Foul. Team shooting from Milwaukee.
That free throw, no good.
Take 2 shots.
And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Antetokounmpo passes to Ennis. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
Yeah, they were clicking in every way. I mean, all cylinders go. No question about that. And once they pulled away, they didn't let up.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a...
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening.
You must be frustrated with all those mistakes out there tonight. What are you going to do to try to limit those next time out?
I just got to be better, man. It's unacceptable how many times I turn the ball over. Unacceptable. I'm disappointed in myself, and I'm sure my teammates are disappointed in me too. So if anything, I got to make this up to them. They deserve better.
This loss could be classified as an embarrassing one. Do you feel like it was more the fault of the coaching staff or your teammates?
Look, I'm not here to throw anybody under the bus. We lost the game, and it was ugly. But now, it's not the time to be pointing fingers. It's on me as much as anyone else. We just got to work hard in practice and come back stronger next game. So, next question.
With just having joined this team, are you having any trouble developing chemistry with your new teammates?
No, I won't say that at all. It takes time to adjust to a new team, and that's no different here. I've already gotten to know a lot of these guys pretty well, and I feel like it's going to be a great fit for me. So I hope that answers you guys' question.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Detroit Pistons. And guys, for the Pistons, playing under 500 basketball over the last 10 games, they can do better, and they'll try to get on the winning side tonight. And guys, the fans always enjoy hearing stories from your playing days. Let's talk teammates. Shaq, who were your favorite guys to play with over the years?
You know, everyone loves the Shaq, and Shaq has 4 rings, but I'm saying it here.
They all love
real
the Shaq.
life. Yeah, everybody loves Shaq.
Okay.
I'm sexy, handsome, and qualified. That's what Shaq stands
I
for.
think my question was, who were your favorite teammates?
Let me finish, Ernie. Let me finish.
We're coming at you from the Palace of Auburn Hills in beautiful suburban Detroit as the Pistons prepare to take the floor. For the Cavaliers, this is the last game before. Here's Jennings. 17 points for him last game against Brooklyn.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming.
On the court for Cleveland, LeBron and Love are the talented pair at the 4 position. Freak is out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Mozgov in at the 5, roaming the paint. Kicks it to Freak. Lets it go with the 3. The rebound by Johnson. For the Detroit Pistons, they come in off the loss to Brooklyn.
Yeah, foul trouble early on, I thought, set the tone in that game, and it just made it difficult for them to get over the hump.
Yeah, it really got them out of sync, and that hurt them big time. Forced them to go much deeper into their bench than they would have liked to.
And the shot is good.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
To the inside, here's Meeks. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 6 assists in the game. The Cavaliers have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Picked by Mozgov. Freak dishes to Mozgov. He got right to the cup using that screen.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Meeks passes to Jennings. Johnson outside. A 3-ball. And the rejection by LeBron. 5-on-3 break. And a wide open look for Freak. The shot will not go. The Pistons go the other way with it. And here's Jennings, the fast break opportunity. And Meeks gets to Jennings. Leonard with a screen on Irving. Johnson goes in. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Johnson's got 6.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Freak dishes to Love. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Out to the wing. Fires for 3. Mozgov grabs the board. Cleveland's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. There's the pass to LeBron. Teardrop shot, and he gets it to go. James has got his first points of the game.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
Those small forwards that can rebound the ball, such an asset to any team in the NBA. With now a look at the top rebounders.
Hasn't limited their ability to get in there and mix it up and come up with a lot of rebounds night in and night out.
I think you've got to look at their athleticism. I mean, they make up for all the size and bulk they may give away to the post specialists, and really, that's how they're able to compete in there. Athleticism gives them an edge.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Right side jumper. The drive by James. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
The Pistons trailing. Here's Jackson. Here's Smith. It's rebounded by Cleveland. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
And it gave those opposing fans a boost every time another foul shot clanged off the rim. I mean, that's an easy way to get the home crowd in your grill.
Good on the shot.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Here's Freak. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. Thompson passes to Shumpert. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. James a screen on Lee. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Jackson. Fast break Detroit. Jackson's got the ball. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Jackson. A nice first quarter of play. We've seen plenty of offense so far. Cleveland ahead. They're up by 1. And LeBron James trying to will his Cavaliers team to its first title. Teammate kept...
He sat us down maybe right before the first practice and kind of spoke about what he thought everyone should bring to the table. And, we had to hold up our end of the bargain.
When someone like LeBron talks about what you need to bring to the table, you better bring it.
Yeah, I would think so. You'd be better served to go right along with what he's talking about. Dub the new big three along with Kyrie. I think if they just keep following LeBron's lead and advice, the sky's the limit.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Cavaliers.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Detroit, Reggie Jackson out there with Lee. Then there's Jason Smith. Then it's Ilyasova. And it's Morris in at the 3 slot. Jennings kicks to Jackson. Smith outside. Lee outside. 5 on the clock, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Leonard, he's checked in for Detroit. Kyrie Irving's checked in for Cleveland. And Ilyasova kicks to Lee. Jackson has the open look. It's good from about 19 feet. Jackson's got his second basket of the night. The Cavaliers leading by 3. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bucks put together a nice one. He picked up 12 points and added 3 rebounds as well. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, Doris. Well, guys, coming off a performance like that has got to have him supremely confident right now.
No doubt. I guarantee he comes into today's game feeling there isn't anything he can't do on the floor right now.
Tell you what, Greg, I think he might be right based on that last game. I'm inclined to agree with him.
The Pistons making a change here. Meeks is checked in. Freak dishes to Mozgov. Good! Mozgov's got 6.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
All about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Now here's Freak, guarded by Jackson. Love, no good.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Baseline jumper. That's good from Ilyasova on the assist by Jackson. He's got 8.
Well, I like the way he orchestrated in tight that time, fellas.
Irving against Jennings. Irving attacking. Plays it up and banks it in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Dishes it to Ilyasova. Irving against Jennings. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Pass to Love. Out left to the wing. Freak kicks to Smith. The 3 ball. And it's Kevin Love with the 3. Love's got 8 points.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
They double him with Freak. Out of bounds. Cleveland will take possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Freak. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Cavaliers lead by 17. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, I'm here with LeBron, and you obviously have been very productive. How pleased are you with where you're getting the basketball and how you're scoring?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but
Guys, that was the perfect way to start this game. Let's go over some stuff and do more of the same in the second half. First of all, a big nod to how well we've taken care of the basketball. We're not taking any unnecessary chances, and that's meant very few turnovers. One place we've had success was in the low post on offense. Great positioning. Good job finding the open passing lanes and getting the ball in tight. And when we get back on the court, let's do everything in our power to get the ball into the post. I want us feeding it down low at every opportunity. That's it for now, guys. Let's go get that W.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been for the Pistons. Smith comes in for Myers-Leonard, and Marcus Morris subbed in for Ilyasova. And Cleveland with a change here, too. Freaks checked in, and so in the game for the Cavaliers. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. Irving is out there with Freak, and it's James in at the small forward position. For Detroit, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
Irving kicks to James. Here's Freak. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. That's 7 points for Freak.
Boy, you got to love that assist by LeBron.
They double him with Irving. Johnson, the pass to Morris. No good. Excellent D there from Mozgov. The Cavaliers leading by 15. Love kicks to LeBron. Here's the floater. Good work defensively by Morris.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Now the dish to Jennings. The three-pointer, no good. Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Freak. And there's another one for the Cavaliers.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
They double him with Freak. Johnson kicks to Meeks. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. You're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
Oh, such a field shot there, the floater.
Pistons trail by 19. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. And the foul called on Freak. That'll be his second foul of the game. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for the Pistons. Jackson comes in for Meeks. Thompson, he's checked in for Cleveland. Jumper comes in for Kyrie Irving.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
The screen from Thompson. James dishes to Freak. Thompson right side. Love with the screen for Shumpert. Over to the left wing. 5 to shoot. Freak passes to Thompson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Cleveland.
Fellas, it's impossible to ignore what a good job they've done at the free throw line throughout the game.
Yeah, but they also never seemed to get cold from mid-range. Just kept hitting those shots with consistency.
Ilyasova, he's checked in for Morris. And Cleveland also making a change. McCollum's checked in. Outside Jackson. Down low. Step back shot. That's short off the rim.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And Freak gets it to go on the assist by Shumpert. Shumpert's got his 3rd assist on the night. Pistons trail by 20. To the paint. Here's Jennings. Plays it up and in on the nice reverse.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Freak kicks to Thompson. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Jennings. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It goes on Brandon Jennings.
He's been absolutely in control. No slowing down for Freak. He's got 11 points, and he's knocked down a pair of 3-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Leonard, he's checked in for Detroit. J.R. Smith's checked in for Cleveland. And both free throws good from Freak. There's 49 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Outside Jennings. Ilyasova sets a screen for Jennings. Outside Jackson. Jacks up a 3. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. And that's now 11 points for Reggie Jackson. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Jennings. Freak dishes to James. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. In the game, he shot 6 of 7 from the line.
He has come through in a big way at the foul line in this game.
Taking advantage of every single one of those free throw opportunities. You know, there's been some improvement in his free throw shooting this year. His percentage has taken a little jump compared to last season.
The Pistons making a change here. Johnson's checked in. No good on the second free throw. Pistons trail by 17. Here's Lee. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He's got free throw attempts number 4 and 5 here.
Shooting 2 for Detroit.
That free throw from Lee is good. And so he makes both from the line.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
Freak passes to Thompson. Great D that time from Leonard.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story. A different look here for Detroit. Lee's checked in for Johnson. And it's Jennings in for Jody Meeks. And then for Cleveland, Love's checked in for Thompson. LeBron comes in for Shumpert. And Freak subbed in for Irving. Jennings runs the point with Jackson flanking him. Ilyasova out there with Myers Leonard. And it's Lee in at the 3. That's the group for Detroit right now. Detroit, no good that time either. Mozgov kicks to Freak. The feed to Love. Pass to Freak. High post try. And so it's Cleveland winning this one. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with J.R. Smith. We got to see your offense in full effect here tonight. Seems like everyone on this team is really on the same page.
I definitely think so. You know, we got a lot of great players on our team, a lot of people who can score, and hopefully we can just keep building on it.
JR, appreciate the time as always. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now time to send you over to the award-winning Ernie Johnson for the postgame show with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hey y'all, Ernie Johnson here along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.